Today I want to talk about Bear Creek Mountain Resort. This is a little ski area in Macungie, Pennsylvania, not that far from Quakertown or Reading, and actually not a very long trip from Philadelphia. So let me just talk about it a little bit. First of all, it's a small ski area. I was just looking up its stats, and I'll mention that their website is not very user friendly at this moment. I mean, to try to navigate what I was looking for took a little bit of effort. Usually, when I go to a resort area, it's pretty easy to find stuff, especially if you go under mountain. It says here winter, but I was trying to find a, a trail map to share with you, and that was really, really hard to do. So I had to do a search. Trail map. Turns out they have a nice interactive trail map, which is new for this year. So that's really great. So this is again like a smaller area that has about a 500-foot vertical drop. Vertical drop is the drop from the apex or the highest ski trail down to the base lodge, right? So this that's not necessarily the mountain's altitude or mountain's height. They have a really nice hotel here and good restaurants, and I think their food service is amazing. It's great. The lodge has fireplaces that you can just sit by if you're a parent and you're waiting for your kids to go do their ski training program. It's great. Or if sometimes you just want to go and hang out and just watch people ski, there's this massive window. I like doing that sometimes if I can't ski on a day, like when I was injured and stuff, go out there, nice outdoor patio. It's a really, really, really nice resort. Unfortunately, it's also not very high, so the snow quality is good when there is snow, but there's not often snow. We really need good cold temperatures to have snow. Like last season, there was plenty of snow there, worked out pretty well, but some seasons they're not open for that much time. So let's just take a look at here. We have a snow tubing area, which is not very good, to be honest. And I again, I love this resort, but you can't compare that to say Blue Mountain or Camelback. At least Blue Mountain has the largest snow tubing area. Maybe I don't know if it's in the country or maybe in the country actually. It's just huge lights and everything. Same with Camelback. They have lights and disco lights and all that stuff. It's fun, but they have a nice little area here. I think that the hardest trails you have here are these really small black diamonds like Sasquatch and I think Bear Trap and Extreme, right? And Grizzly, right? So it looks like there's bumps over here, right? So and they're very short. Just to let you know, they're steep, but they're very, very short, very, very short trails. When I go skiing here, my favorite is go down Kodiak. Kodiak is wide and you can do really nice turns there. So if you're just interested in carving and practicing skiing, Kodiak is good. Timberline is used for racing. So if you go on weekends, they do have good races on Sunday, and I believe it's I'm not sure the date, could be on Wednesday nights, but they do have, let's see if I can find that for public racing. Yeah, they have NASTAR, which is it's great, and they I think they as far as I remember well, here it is Tuesday and Wednesday evenings. This is probably going to be accurate for this year too. This is 24-25 season. Let's see, but it'll probably be the same, or we can't be sure, 100% sure. They have NASTAR and slalom, giant slalom and slalom. Tuesday, Wednesday evenings, and then on the weekends as well. I believe they have it on Sunday as well. Let's see, between January 6th. It should be on Sundays. Yeah, Sundays as well. So this itself is worth it. There's not a lot of NASCAR in our area. So unfortunately, I don't know why people aren't interested in doing a little free ski racing and trying to make the national championships, which I actually qualified for once and was weird. It was at Okemo, and I sucked at the time, but I still qualified. Anyway, this is a good trail. I kind of like being in this area here. I think it's a fun area. So you can take their timberline all the way down. I mean, it's a nice little area here, Broadway as well. Yeah. So this is slow skiing, so you don't want to go very fast here. You could try if you just want to say, hey, I skied a black diamond, you can try these two. This one is Bear Trap's easier than Sasquatch. I've actually, I don't know if I've ever skied these two. I probably have. I mean, I've skied everywhere. So it does, like all East Coast resorts, it does tend to get icy, and it has a lot to do with our variation in temperature. So one of the Ski the East brand, it says born on ice, and it's true because there's a lot of ice here, and you have to be wary of that. I mean, especially if you're a beginner, some of these trails are narrow. Like when I learned how to snowboard originally, so I was snowboarding. I learned out in Park City. I took a lesson in Park City, Utah. And I was having fun. My first day, I was already taking lifts and going down on my own, and so that was pretty good. And I know I skateboarded, so that probably made it easier. But I came back here. I didn't do it the next year. I think 2 years later, I believe I was on Drifter, and it was really icy, or Coaster because it's narrow. I panicked, fell kind of downhill, broke my wrist. So, I just remember that it does get icy. So that's just a hallmark of Eastern skiing because we're at lower altitudes. We don't have that nice Western height. Um, so, but I think overall it's a pretty fun place to ski. I don't do train parks, but they have a nice train park here. Like I said, the racing program is good. They do that racing, and I believe they have a kids racing program as well. You should always check that out. I'm biased. I think Blue Mountain has the best racing. I do work there, and I think we have the best racing program around. But there's other ones that are good too, like Elk has one, and Camelback has one. Jack Frost. They all have their racing. I believe Bear Creek has one too. But one of the problems with Bear Creek is you're going to be on a small, very shallow type of, not very steep train for racing. Then you go to Blue Mountain and race on our primary race course, the only FIS approved course in Pennsylvania, Razor's Edge, and it's steep as heck. You're not going to be ready for it. So I think if you're looking for a place to train, Blue Mountain is a much better place to go for ski racing. But they do have NASCAR here, and a lot of folks that I know who do masters racing train here. I don't train at night because I'm lazy, and at night I want to go to bed. I like doing it in the morning, so I do train in the mornings and stuff like that. But anyway, this is a good place to visit. It's really accessible. Plenty of parking. They usually shuttle you, especially parking down here is one thing, but when it gets busy, there's parking areas further up here, and you get shuttled to the main lodge. You get reservation, well, not reservations, but you need to buy your tickets in advance. They do sell out pretty quickly because I guess they're trying to keep it to not to have too many skiers there or snowboarders to make things easy for their clients. And I agree with that. Lifts are pretty good. I don't recall there being any really slow lifts. I'm not so sure, but this F lift has been a while. I haven't skied there for like a couple of years now, but these lifts are really good and fast. I think it's fun. And in the summer, they also have a lot of summer activities. I hike here regularly. There's mountain biking and all. I really, really like this place, and I think you'd enjoy it too. Just because it's small doesn't mean it's bad, right? So you can have a good time. So visit Bear Creek Mountain Resort. It used to be called Doe Mountain for those of you who are older. Fun place to ski. Thank you.